James Brayshaw, Billy Brownless with Daisy Thomas. This is Triple M's Rush Hour, and we're joined right now by one of Hawthorn's most exciting players, Dylan Moore.
Sitting at ground levels, Dylan Moore. They got another one. The Hawks are coming. He's kicked 2 in 5 minutes.
Releasing handball for Moore. Set sail from 60. Vacant goal square. Dribbles it home.
Bill, star on the rise, this man. Third in the Hawks' best and fairest last season. A goal a game, averaging 20 touches.
Yeah.
Bill, welcome, mate.
It's good to be here. Nice to meet you fellas, and yeah, looking forward to it.
What I like about this bloke, okay, he was at the Hawks, he got delisted, then come back on the list, picked up again, and your last 2 years have been very, very good, mate. So was it good to get a little kick in the bum, or what was the story there, mate?
Yeah, I feel like in the long run it was good for me.
Yeah.
My first 3 years, it's quite embarrassing actually, because the whole time growing up, all I wanted to be was an AFL player, and I dreamed about winning Brownlows and kicking goals on the G, and then after 3 years, my career's nearly done. I played 7-10 games or something of AFL. I'm like, geez, this is pretty embarrassing. Tell my kids that I was a 10-game AFL player. So, yeah, in the long run, it's been good for me because I went back to why I play football and what I want to be, like what type of football I want to be. So, literally just went back to my strengths and said, why did I get drafted? My work rate, go back to working really hard, and hopefully that would leave me in good stead.
Well, that's fantastic.
It is good to see, and that obviously wouldn't have been easy as well, sort of COVID times as well throughout that period.
Yeah, it was to the end of COVID, so luckily Waverley Park was in my 15-kilometre radius at the time, and it was with a few of the other boys. We had CJ, Finn McGuinness. We'd meet up and do training sessions at Waverley, and those two are elite runners, so I was just trying to hang on to them, and didn't hang on, but it pushed me as far as I could get, and yeah, now it's paying dividends.
And you were a Hawthorn supporter, weren't you, as a kid?
Yeah, correct. Had Cirelli posters on my wall.
Sam Mitchell?
Nah, didn't like it.
What about we see yesterday, or the other day, I should say, going on the socials photo day?
Oh.
Couple of questions. There was a vacant seat we saw next to the big man in Sam Mitchell. Well, not that big a man, but he's the boss.
Yes.
Who do you think will be the next captain?
Yeah, I saw this on Twitter, actually. Social media is good like this. There was a photo of me next to Sam, and I've got my mates ringing me up going, are you captain? I'm like, we'll have to wait and see. But, look, I think Sicily will be our captain. We've had discussions, and nothing's final yet, but he's an obvious choice. He captained us for 6 or 7 games last year. Everyone loves him, and yeah, I'd love to run out with him leading us.
Absolutely. He's a player, Bill. When you watch him play, you'd love to play with him and play under him. Probably not if you're young Sammy Butler, though, after they had a decent dust-up that was reported the other week.
Yeah, we had a bit of a laugh at that because they'd planned to play golf the next day, and then everyone was like, oh, they're still going to play golf, but they ended up playing, and Sis posted that thing on Instagram. Got a bit of heat in the media, but we love seeing that stuff at training.
It's incredible how common that is. When you're in the footballing bubble, two blokes going at it when you're at training, you sort of go, oh, there you
laugh
go.
a bit.
Yeah, well, you think it's funny and good on them. Everyone's having a crack. And then it comes out in the paper and everyone outside the bubble's going, what are they doing? Their teammates, how are they going so hard at each other? Always found that fascinating. So well done to Sis.
Exactly. Hey, and he's refined himself a bit, hasn't he? He's a bit hot-headed, but he's come good.
Yeah, he's still a bit rough around the edges, but I've seen a lot change with him, especially in the last 2 years. And because we've had a lot of experience leave the footy club, he's kind of had to step up. And probably 2 years ago, he wasn't really needed as that leader type because we had so many other people around him. So him being able to step up now, and yeah, I think in his life, his priorities have changed a little bit. He's just got engaged. I feel like he's thinking more about us and people outside of just himself, and it's really showing on the footy field.
Just speaking about that, a lot of experience left. From the outside, and we're outside the tent, we've got no idea what's going on inside, but it looks like that. Too much experience gone, you know, especially Gunston and blokes like that left late. It was strange to us to see that. But obviously Sam Mitchell's got his team now, and it's all about him, and you guys know where you're going.
Yeah, I love hearing that stuff about how we're too young, we're tanking. That stuff just drives us to be better. And because we are quite young, we're all on social media, so we see a lot of stuff, and that stuff just drives us to be better and better and better. And yeah, it hurts losing a few of the experienced players, and we know that there could be games this year where we get blown out purely because of the lack of experience. But we know in 20, 40, 50 games, some of the guys that have only played 20 games right now, they're going to be so much better for it. And I've played 50 games, and hopefully when I play my 100 games, I'm a lot better as well.
Absolutely. Provides opportunity, which must be exciting.
Yeah, so exciting.
Oh.
It's weird, but it's so exciting that we've got so many people that can, in 6 months' time, you wouldn't have heard their names. They could just come and become stars of the competition. We saw Jai Newcomb, mid-year recruit, and this year he comes second in our best and fairest. It's like, wow, we feel like we've got a couple of those players that can do that this year.
Well, no Tom Mitchell and no O'Meara, so there's a nice little spot there, Dilzer, in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm taking it. We'll see.
Well, what about last year? Average 20 disposals a game, Days, 5.5 marks a game, a goal a game, rated elite by Champion Data, which your mates would have told you about.
Or you told them about.
Well, this time last year, I got rated elite, and I had everyone coming up to me bullying because Kane Corn said, "Who's this guy?" And they released him. So,
Do you
this
listen
year's
to
been
Kane
better.
and all those boys?
Oh, I see it through Twitter and Instagram and stuff. But I don't sit on and listen to the radio all the time. But yeah, you do hear comments like that. And Sam does a lot of stuff on radio, so he'll come in sometimes and be like, "Oh, these guys aren't rating this week." But yeah, like I said before, I love hearing that stuff because it just drives us to be better.
Well, hang around, buddy. Plenty more to
Yes.
ask you, please, if you would.
More with Dylan Moore from the Hawthorn Football Club next. Dylan Moore has stuck around from the Hawthorn Footy Club, fresh off a new deal last week, by the way, and Hawks fans join the new exciting generation of the Hawthorn Footy Club by being a member today. Membership.hawthornfc.com.au.
Couple of practice matches coming up, one against the Cats at GMHBA and then Collingwood in Utah. That's a pretty good, I guess, yardstick to see where you're at coming into the season.
Well, you beat the Cats last year.
Yeah, we did Easter Monday.
Yeah, I know. I was sitting there, I couldn't believe it.
Some pundits on Triple M Footy actually tipped the Hawks in that one, Bill.
No, so, so how do you go about that? These games coming up, the match sims.
Yeah, can't wait for it. We've been playing against ourselves, and every team's the same in pre-season. As you know, you're kind of sick of playing against the same structure because you both try and do the same thing. So it'll be good to finally verse some opposition and some real quality opposition. So we'll actually see where we're at. Hopefully we don't get blown out, but hopefully we can, take another win off Geelong.
Who's stood out? Some of the kids. Well, they're all kids. But who stood out to you?
Any super coach little roughies?
Cam McKenzie, I'll say to you, he will be a star.
Cam McKenzie. Right.
He's very crafty, very composed for an 18-year-old. Love the way he goes about it. Works really hard. He's one to definitely look out for this year, hoping to get an early debut.
Weddle?
Yeah, he's shown us how to run. Like, we thought we had some good runners, but he's blowing us away.
Gee.
He's pretty similar. He works really hard and feels like he's been here for a while, so he'll probably slot in early-ish, I think. But probably the second year, probably looking at is Sam Butler.
Yep.
I feel like he's attacked this preseason really well, and he's looking primed to play well this year.
It's very good. What about, we see here, slightly off topic, just Mykonos, a little bit of time over there. Greece,
look at the
Italy,
boys.
lids
Shirts
off,
off,
absolutely
yes.
embracing that, getting a bit of sun. Yourself, Jekka, Finn McGuinness, Connor McDonald. How was that trip?
Yeah, that was great. You know how
I do.
Yeah, amazing. It was the first time we've all been overseas together, so some great memories, and we'd love to go back there again.
Is that the main group of blokes you're knocking around with? Because that's the beauty. I was obviously a bit older at the Blues, but they had a young group of blokes coming in, and there was, not leading them astray, but they were certainly all happy to go out and try and experience a few new things.
Yeah, they're probably half
Read
of the
into
guys. That's probably half our crew that went over there. We stuck around with about 8 of us, and at times there was 15. We had 15 in Mykonos at a villa. That was really good. But those are some of my close mates, and I'm pretty keen to see how they go this year as well.
Who do you live with? Dylan Moore, we've got from the Hawks. Who do you live with, mate?
I live with Will Day.
Oh, how's he going? He's had some injuries.
Yeah, he's looking really good. Super coach, little gem as well, I
I like
reckon.
that.
Going through the midfield this year, so
Do you cook?
we do HelloFresh. Makes it a lot easier.
Is that what you were pumping up the other
Bloody
day?
go. That's good, mate. The recipes come, don't they? You
Yeah,
just cook
shout out
them
to
up.
HelloFresh.
Yeah, send the boys some
Bloody go.
freebies.
Yeah, and girlfriend?
Nah, no partner.
What about the hat you're
interesting,
rolling
Dill.
there? What brand is that? That's trendy, isn't it? I've seen that across the socials of people taking photos of that down at Beyond the Valley and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll be plugging every business.
Yeah.
I've got,
Yeah.
Murder. One of the guys I went to school with now running a little clothing line, so yeah, pretty good hat.
Very trendy.
I can get you one if you want.
Oh, I'd love that. It says here you play golf as well.
Yes.
Handicap?
Play off 15.
Okay.
So,
No, not that good.
yeah. I can play socially, and that's about it. I don't know where you got that from.
Yeah, that's 15. I reckon I'm off 15.
Per nine. But Sis and those boys are mad for their golf. We saw them down at Rosebud the other week. They haven't quite got to their level yet.
Nah, not quite. I'm trying to get there with a few of the boys. And because I live right next to Sandy Golf Club now, so hitting that range down there, I'm trying to get a bit better so I can scrap into the 10s and get to that trip in Barnbougle.
Oh, yeah. You get back to Rowville, the Hawks?
Occasionally.
Yeah?
One of my good mates, Trent Minot, his dad's the president of the club.
Yep.
So, yeah, he gets me down there. Won't pay me anything yet, but
No catchies.
yeah.
Hey, good work. Hey, mate, all the best to you. Young, inexperienced side, but we're liking what Sam Mitchell does. He's going to do it his own way, and we're looking forward to it. Now we got someone to follow from the Hawks.
Absolutely.
Oh, Dills and Moore. Don't worry about that. He's elite by champion data.
And I'll see him and his mates at Electric by the sounds of it.
See you then.
Membership.hawthornfc.com.au. Sign up and watch this man dominate this season. It's the Rush Hour, Triple M.